This is Salem's Ministry of the Occult. I'm your host, Sarah, and this is your other host,
Haley.
We also have cookies.
With bunnies on them.
You can't really see them, but like...
Maybe if we actually turn one
You
of the
know,
bunnies.
that's... You know, it's actually kind of smart to just... This one will be mine, because I touched it.
I mean, we both touched it. So today...
It doesn't fucking matter.
We're going to bring you guys an episode about Ostara, however you want to say it.
Ostara.
Which should be this weekend when this comes out. Not the weekend we videoed it, but the weekend we posted. This is the spring equinox. And if you're a Christian, Easter.
Very multifaceted.
Yes. Today we are going to go over some crafts and things you can do. We're going to go over origins, gods and goddesses, the whole shebang. And hopefully you guys take away something that you didn't know before.
I wanted to find one with bunnies, but all the ones with bunnies were just absolutely impossible to do because they were like, you need 50,000 supplies.
Yeah.
And also your firstborn child to sacrifice to Rumpelstiltskin. And I'm just like, bro, I don't want kids, sorry.
Well, then Rumpelstiltskin just never gets paid.
Exactly.
So before we start, we're going to make tea because we decided to be fancy with you guys.
And plus I have a teapot.
Yes. I'm going to turn it around.
So I wish I had a black teapot.
I don't know the etiquette of pouring tea, so don't hate me.
Well, it's definitely not that.
Well, shut up.
I can teach you. But I'd have to charge from it.
Okay.
Brings all my yard.
You pour your tea.
When pouring tea, lady is to cusp gently and pour. I burned myself. Maybe don't burn yourself, but cusp gently without burning yourself.
Okay. Well, she did that. I didn't. I'm American. I don't mean that like in a derogatory way.
Well,
I just
you
mean
can
that and we
keep
do.
your sugar. I will be having honey. Honey, I'm home.
To be fair, so you guys don't judge me, I usually do brown sugar, but she doesn't believe in brown sugar.
I believe in brown sugar. You make it so racist. Jesus Christ.
This wasn't meant racist. That is not what I said.
Also, I don't believe in real milk.
This is oat milk.
No, it's almond. It's nut milk.
It's a nut milk, okay? She milked the nut.
Milk is nut anything.
Okay, I'm gonna put a little bit in here for me.
May I steal the spoon after you're done with it?
Yes, yes.
The reason why we're making tea is actually because it's very important to have your friends over and, have a little festival of your own. So we were like, yes, let us be so pretentious on this joyous day. And plus, it's an excuse to get out my teapot.
Which I mean,
I'm a little teapot.
I'm gonna put some honey in there too, because I don't like going really heavy with the sugar, but I do like for it to be sweet. So I put a little bit of honey in there to level out,
Perfect.
Yes. I might have to put some more milk in there too. We'll see.
That's why I didn't fill mine up as tall as you did.
Nope, that's good. That's good.
The Tina twerk.
All right, now that our tea is made, we're gonna spill some different tea. I think we're gonna start with the craft and then we'll start going into a little bit more of the origins and just go from there. So our first craft is you take an egg
and you put it up your ass.
Wow.
And you boil it.
You boil it.
Did you know that your body temperature is actually high enough
to boil an egg if you put it up your ass?
Yeah. That's absolutely insane.
These are things that you find out when your parents are in the medical field or when you almost went into the medical field.
Also, don't actually put an egg up your ass.
First of all, it could crack because there's a lot of force down there.
Second of all,
your anus is actually a vacuum. And what that means is once it goes in, it can only come out with medical assistance.
Third of all, why the fuck would you put an egg up your ass? Can you throw this one?
Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's why if you buy butt plugs, they have a flare at the end, so it doesn't go all the way in. And I don't know that from personal experience. I just know that. So be safe.
We should probably cleanse.
Yes, we should.
These.
To use the incense that we have burning, or do we want to use
Yes, we can use the cinnamon one because that's cleansing. I don't know about the fairy dream.
I don't think it is.
That wouldn't surprise me. So we can use the cinnamon one.
I'm not getting this sticker all the way off, and I'm not going to try. Okay, so take your incense. We've done this before, but we're going to do it again. And
I don't know why we've gone into
British.
an accent.
It's because we have tea.
Oh, you're right.
We have a spot of tea, and we feel like being British. Please don't hate me. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. Please don't cancel us for our shitty
accents. It's just a little gimmick that I do with my mom, okay?
Did we get... Okay, we do have some napkins to
Yes.
dry our eggs.
Oh, I just dried it with my shirt. Because I'm a heathen. Don't let the teacup fool you.
I'm a bit more proper, but I am a whore, so I can only be so proper. A proper whore.
A harlot, if you will.
Oh, yes.
Maybe a Jezebel on the occasional Sunday.
Only on the occasional Sunday. It's about every other Sunday.
Yeah. Okay, so once you have your container cleansed, we got these.
Maybe I shouldn't do it over the cookies.
I think they're like little vases, kind of, that you can get in the crafting section. They definitely are not for plants, but we digress because we thought they were cute. You're going to put a little bit of dirt in the bottom. I'm going to move our tea so I don't get dirt in our tea. And we got this from outside because it's free dirt. We should have gotten a bigger spoon.
It makes sense. We do underplan most times.
We do. We literally went and bought all of this stuff today.
Yes, we did. Would you like your incense back?
So, ow! Fuck me!
Notice it didn't get me. It got you.
What does that mean?
I'm a sweet little angel, and it said I'm not going to get
Okay, so
much better.
Once you put in, just however much dirt you feel. I just did this much because you're going to fill it up again. But you need to take an egg and you need to write your intentions on them for, what is it, the year?
Yes.
Yeah. What do I want my intentions to be? Maybe for the government to not fuck me in the ass.
I'm going to put good health. For those of you that do not know, the whole month of February, I had mono. And whenever I say the whole month of February, I quite literally mean it started out as strep in the first week of February. And then I was like, I got put on antibiotics. I was like, I'm fine. I'm perfect. Great. It came back. So I went back to the doctor. They put me on more antibiotics. And I was like, cool. Great. This is going to help me. It did not. I got worse. So then I went to my ENT rather than my primary care doctor. And those of you who don't know what an ENT is, it is a ear, nose, and throat doctor. And they also put me on an antibiotic. But they were like, yeah, this is mono. That's pretty bad. And then they were like, take this antibiotic every 8 hours. So now that's what I'm doing. Well, actually, I just finished it yesterday. So yay! And we're going to see if I stay out of the mono zone.
Nice.
I hope I don't get monetized.
Jesus Christ. So I put a few things on here. I put good fortune because I feel like that could be for a lot of things. It could be for money, job, health, love, just any sort of abundance can kind of come your way. I want true love because I am a sappy romantic bitch. And I want a person to raise children with because I want kids. Self-growth because
You want them babies bad.
do self-growth because you can you can always learn and grow. Like you're never going to stop growing and learning unless you're just okay with being a bad person. And good health.
Fucking damn. Unless you're okay with being a bad person. Fuck you, people who don't want to grow. Grow up.
And then you take this egg.
Wait, before I do this, cleanse this bitch.
That's a good idea. I've already written on mine, but I will cleanse it because she reminded me to do that.
Should be good. That feels right. There's a little rush cleanse, but little rush cleanse. It's cleansed. That's all that matters. Oh god, my hand is shaking. I need to write this with my left hand.
Okay.
Because I'm left-handed, and I don't know why I was like, I'm going to write this with my right hand. The fuck you mean?
See, stupid bitches.
Yep.
Right here. You take this egg, and then you put it, in the middle of your jar. Or maybe wherever feels nice for you. But just put it in the dirt right there. And then you're going to cover it with more dirt. Yeah, so there are two ways that you could do this. I felt like just writing my intentions was enough, and she wanted to give it a little extra pizzazz.
Because I usually do.
Yeah.
I'm just over-dramatic as fuck.
And she laid hers down sideways. Instead of putting it in where it's sticking up, it's laying. It's resting.
Because I want my words to be up, so they grow up. My midsection showed it a little bit. Oh no. Don't look at my belly.
Mine were long ways, but the start of the sentence was up, so I feel like it's,
I mean,
I feel like it's fine.
she works.
And then you take a plant of some sort, like seeds for a plant. I chose catnip because I have cats and I didn't want to accidentally poison them. And then I felt like they could also benefit from this because they like catnip.
Yeah, because at first she had picked dahlias. And then we looked it up and we're like, it's mildly toxic to cats. So if you have pets, maybe look at that.
Yeah, be careful of what you plant. Also, you should be careful of pretty much anything. Honestly, candles, air fresheners, literally anything. If you burn it or if it smells, if it's most mint is actually very toxic to cats. So just be careful, please. Think of your fur babies when you do anything, because what's the point in having them if you're not going to take care of them?
Facts.
I will advocate for your pets if you want.
I will kill for your pets if you won't.
Facts.
Also, this soil is dry as fuck.
It is.
We should probably water it.
It's a good thing. We have water bottles.
Yes.
I'm going to add a little bit of water.
Did you already add your seeds?
I did.
Oh no. You should probably wet the soil before you add the seeds. Too late now.
I never claimed that I knew how to grow things, okay? Alright, I think that will be enough to, like, penetrate through the soil.
Penetrate.
You can have that.
I see you shiver with anticipation. You gotta make them anticipate it.
I'm impatient. I don't anticipate. I just get aggravated.
See, this is why you can't be Rocky Horror. Or, well, really, you can't be a transvestite from transsexual Transylvania. Fucking love that movie.
I never watched it.
Are you serious? Oh my god. Well, I forget you're not gay.
Hey, I have an aunt that loves that movie.
Okay, but you're not gay, and you haven't watched it. So, get fucked.
Rude.
You heard me.
I know I heard you, and still.
Did I fucking stutter? Rude.
Okay, and since we're done with this, because this is the final product until it grows, and hopefully if we actually do a good job growing it, we'll remember to show you guys. I'm going to move it over here.
How many seeds did you put in yours?
I put the whole pack.
That's what I'm about to do. Should we probably be doing that? Probably not. Are we going to do it
I
anyways?
can't trust that the seeds we put in there are going to grow, so I got to put the whole thing.
Let me just...
The strongest will survive, okay? Pretty sure Charles Darwin said that.
You know, apparently he really wasn't a good man.
I mean, I'm not surprised.
From some reports, but I don't know.
I mean, look, he did good for the science community, right?
Yeah.
Because he brought about the whole thing that evolution was a thing, which is totally a thing. But I mean, I think most scientists are assholes, honestly.
Hey, my uncle wasn't an asshole.
Correction, depends on the type of science you science. I don't know.
The type of science you science determines your... Technically,
the ones that are chill typically are in the geography department.
that's because they're high.
Yeah.
That's why they're chill.
We joked all the time that our professors were, like, for you to join geography, you had to be a stoner.
Makes
because
sense.
you enjoyed being stoned all the time.
Makes sense.
And learning about stones.
You know, now that I think of it, we're probably going to confuse these. I'm going to name you... What should I name you? Vida.
Vida?
Vida. It's Spanish for life.
It is.
Yeah,
you were correct. I will put Vida over here.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Be careful with me, Vida. My love. My life. Oh, I could have named it Gomez.
Mine could have been Morticia.
We could still do that. All right, bet. It's Gomez. You are Gomez. Do you hear me? You are no longer Vida. You are Gomez.
Mine's Morticia.
Okay. Yeah, Gomez.
Next on the
Cookie.
chopping block is going to be some crafts with eggs. But first, let us go over...
Another craft with eggs.
True. The first one was with eggs, too. Let's go over the origins.
Can you see her? Do you need a swap?
I probably should swap,
honestly. I got you, broski.
Thank you, thank you. I'm going to take my tea with it.
Perfect.
Okay. Ostara is named after the Germanic goddess. You say that one?
What is it?
Esther?
Yostra.
Okay, how she says it. It celebrates the return of light and fertility, rebirth and renewal, and spring. It is the festival of the spring equinox, which is March 19th through the 21st. Ostara is the second spring festival of the Wiccan and or neo-pagan Wheel of the Year. And it falls between Imbolc and Beltane. The spring equinox marks when the moonlight and sunlight hours are balanced before the days get longer as summer progresses. The spring and autumn equinoxes, which autumn equinox is Samhain, but they are similar to each other in that these are liminal times between winter and summer, which I find really cool. Because like with the autumn equinox, Samhain, this is when the veils between the spiritual world and the mortal world are thinnest, which is why Samhain deals a lot with like death. But the spring equinox focuses on the mortal world and rebirth and life on the mortal plane, which is really cool.
As in, mi vida.
Mi vida. Most Wiccans believe that this is the day when the goddess, otherwise Mother Earth, or there is the Wiccan goddess.
Gaia?
There's Gaia, but there's the Wiccan, because they have the god and the goddess.
Yes.
So for most Wiccans.
The Mother Maiden Crone.
Yeah, she has a name. I think it's, what is it, Sarah? I'm so sorry. I forgot the name. I know we went over it in like our first episode. But that goddess, any sort of like Mother Earth, nature kind of goddess can take the place of this goddess in representation. But this is when that goddess crosses from childhood into maidenhood and is united with the sun god in sacred marriage. So this is why you kind of get the maiden mother crone, because she moves from childhood to motherhood It's elderly.
It's an elderly.
Elderly. So it's the phases of life. And in this phase of life for the spring equinox,
I scratched the table. Yeah. It's a new table.
This is when the goddess is most fertile. She is, what is it? She's most ready to grow and to produce life. And there's also the readiness to be reborn, because her next phase after this is
The crone.
the crone. And then after that, she's reborn as the maiden.
And now we're going to play beer pong.
Hold on.
There is no holding on. It's time for beer pong.
This goes back to pagan mythology surrounding the festival, like the Celtic myths of Cerdwin and Herne the Hunter, or the Greek Persephone returning from the underworld to bring life back to the world.
Because Demeter's finally not depressed because she gets to see her kid.
Well, her kid is the one bringing about spring and summer because she takes that over. Remember, because Demeter is like, I won't let things grow on the planet unless I have my daughter back.
No, yeah, true.
Great.
She's no longer depressed because she gets to see her kid.
Right. So that is kind of the origins. The next thing we'll go over is like the gods and goddesses.
I need my phone, which is behind you. You can unplug it. Thank you.
You are welcome.
I appreciate you greatly.
So I'm going to give you a brief list. We tried to incorporate a few from different religions, different pantheons. With that being said, we do have like the Hellenic we've got a bigger list, but honestly, we have more background with Hellenic. So yeah, we're just going to vibe it out. So the gods and goddesses that can be represented in the spring equinox are Persephone, Aphrodite, Demeter, Dionysus, Pan, Gaia, Eos, Adonis, and Attis. She's going to give you a little bit of background on these gods and goddesses.
Yes, I am. Are you ready? I'm ready. I'm so sick and tired of us. Okay, so Persephone is known as the goddess of spring. Her return from the underworld marks the transition from winter to life and growth. So quite literally, her story is just that she was taken to the underworld. She ate 6 pomegranate seeds and had to stay in there for half the year. And for the other half of the year, she gets to come back to see her mom, Demeter. And while Persephone was down there, she was like, Ayo, I'm not going to let anything grow because fuck you, I want my daughter back. And that's when the whole pomegranate seeds thing happened. And she came back. And she was like, hey, Mom, I can only stay for 6 months. And then I gotta go back.
And depending on the myth that you believe, which we both believe that Persephone did that on purpose because she didn't want to leave the underworld. But some people believe that she was tricked.
Which, even if she was...
I mean, honestly,
Hades?
Homegirl's winning at life, honestly.
Of course I look like someone who would like Hades. Just the all black.
I'm gonna get the vinegar.
Yes. And then we have Demeter. Demeter is the mother of Persephone and goddess of agriculture. She is honored for bringing fertility back to the land. Who said Eos on that list, right?
Yes.
Good. Eos is the goddess of the dawn, often associated with the rising sun of the equinox and the name origin of Ostara or Ostara. And then there is Dionysus, associated with the rebirth of nature and the wine growing cycle, embodying the untamed energy of spring. Also, he is a god of fertility. As it is known, he is also a god of group activities.
I got vinegar on me.
Yeah. But yes, group extracurricular activities. He is a very proud coordinator. And then Aphrodite. She is sometimes honored for her aspects of love and fertility, which are central to the spring season, as seen with Valentine's Day and then Easter coming up behind it. Or Ostara, in our case. And then, let's see. The other ones I had mentioned. Please give me just a moment. I have lost my place. Da-da-da. Okay, sorry.
Good.
Or have I gone over? I did not go over Adonis and Attis. Adonis and Attis. Which I don't believe those are actual, like, they're not technically gods. They're more, I don't know how to explain it. Oh, on the Norse list, did you put Brigid?
I did not.
You should have.
My Norse one isn't very big.
That's fair.
To be fair, you also didn't give me a whole lot.
I'm sorry. I can't find anything on Adonis and Attis now because my phone hates me. Truly.
Yeah, we need more water.
Also, Pan. He's pretty much a nature god, or, well, god of the nymphs and, like, forestry and...
We have my moon water.
Why didn't we fucking think about that?
Because we put it over there and I forgot about it.
Well, I have a whole thing of moon water in here, too. But, Pan is nature's awakening, so he is often brought into the celebration of Ostara. depending on like your region or just which gods you kind of lean to. Do we want to move to the next group of gods?
Yes. The next group is Norse. We have Freya, Frigg, and Thor.
Thor?
He's a fertility god.
He's a fertility god?
Yeah.
Thor be fucking, oh my god.
He do.
New shirt idea. Thor be fucking.
Which, hey, I mean, Loki.
He brings the lightning and the thunder. Boom!
Loki is the god of revelry, so he does actually have a lot to do with children as well. But it's more in pertaining to like magic and mischief and games.
I love that. Look at them.
I know.
Brothers that raise kids together stay together. I'm so sorry. Please don't strike me down. Please don't. Not like that. That's not how I want to go. Could you hand me my vape? At least it's not a Benjamin button. Jesus Christ.
Okay. I think these aren't, like, the little tabs in those aren't melting.
Aren't these the same color?
Yes.
Okay, that's what I thought. Cool. You know what we didn't think to account for?
Your colorblindness?
Yeah.
I got you, Broski. Don't worry.
Okay, cool. Because I just completely teetotally was like, oh, it's gonna be so fun to dye eggs. I got you. You know what? As long as they're pretty, it's whatever. Did you drop a crystal in there?
I did.
You know what? That'll just be extra good.
It was my rose stone, I think. My rose quartz.
Extra good. It's not like we'll be eating these. They're fake. I don't know if they could hear that.
I don't think so.
Well, I know they could hear it this way. Watch me break one of these.
I mean, hell,
Are you stirring it with the scissors?
we don't have a spoon.
Also, just so you guys know, these are the scissors I still haven't been able to touch because whenever my cat died, I took his whiskers. I cut some of my hair and I gave it to him. And I took his whiskers and I cut them with that specific pair of scissors. And I've not been able to touch it since. You're going to mix the colors.
I'm not. These are the same colors. The little tablets aren't melting. So,
like I'd be able to tell the fucking difference anyways.
Okay. Did you go over the Norse?
I thought you were going over the Norse.
No, you're the one that has the list with all the what they do.
God damn it. I did not. One second. Where's the Norse ones that I told you? Bast?
No, that's Egyptian.
Yeah. We didn't put this one on the list, did we? I did.
We mentioned it.
I didn't. Idun.
Idun?
Idun? Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
I say Idun. That might be wrong. She's the goddess that has the golden apples that keep the gods gods.
Yep, that's right.
Look, I may not know a lot of Norse mythology, but I got some.
I've got none on this list. Okay, 1 second.
Well, I mean, I can talk about Thor is the god of fertility, and I'm pretty sure, like, the harvest. Like, they prayed to him. It was him and Sif, because they're husband and wife. But you prayed to him when you, like, wanted a child.
Aw, I love that.
I think Freya is the same, but she was more, like, for women. So, like, Thor was like men prayed to Thor more often, and then women I think prayed to Freya.
Okay, so this states that Freya, often considered the primary goddess for this time, she represents the awakening of nature, passion, and fertility. Associated with spring as the keeper of the magic apples that maintain the god's youth, Thor, honored for the spring, thunderstorms, and rain that break winter's hold and bring life to the fields. I'm not sure how to pronounce this one. Freyr?
Is it the one with the J?
No, Freyr.
I say Freya for that one too.
Freyr or Freya?
I say Freya.
I'm so sorry. A Vanir god associated with the sun, rain, and the success of the coming harvest. Suna or Sol, the goddess of the sun, celebrating the increasing daylight. This is another one I'm not sure how to pronounce. Gefjon, Gefjon, associated with plowing and the turning of the earth. He really knows how to plow. So sorry.
Turning something.
Gna, sometimes associated with riding on the wild spring winds. While Ostara herself, is Germanic rather than strictly Norse, she is often grouped with these figures in modern celebration. That's all I got on that.
Okay. The next one we wrote down is Mesopotamian.
Thank you.
I wrote down the wrong thing. I wrote down the right name. The wrong pantheon.
That one was Anath, yes.
Or Anat or Anatu.
Yes. It's been written apparently in different ways, so it's, I guess, whatever feels right to you. Yeah. Anath is a warrior, lover, and virgin, often depicted riding a lion with flowers in her fist. She appears in many forms across Mesopotamia and Egypt, but her character as a warrior remains the same. She is as sensual as she is ferocious, a dedicated lover who can bring the dead back to life. She was celebrated at spring and harvest festivals in recognition of her role in fertility of women in the land. And her associations are weapons, especially a bow and arrow, axes and clubs, flowers, lions, sashes, red, green, calves, sunstone, copper, iron, and Mars. And I got that from leafydryad.wordpress.com.
Nice.
They seem to have a lot of good information. I really like it. Let's see, who else did I put on there?
That was it.
Yeah, it didn't give a lot on Mesopotamian gods. So
I think we still don't really know a lot about them.
Yeah, that's fair. Because I mean, we've only discovered so much.
Yeah.
That.
The next pantheon we have is Roman. So we had Juno, Mithras, Sibyl, Aurora, and Pomona.
Pomona, I believe. Yes. Juno, though she has a reputation for civilized wisdom and counsel, Juno is also a guide for adolescents going through puberty and adults looking for a special someone. For those looking for love in the spring, Juno's rulership of femininity and romantic bonds is perfect for attracting romance. She is symbolized by peacocks, famous for their courting feathers, and guides young women into their adulthood while promising them their perfect match at the right time. Her sacred month is June, when spring transitions to summer. As a queen, she is decisive and can be unforgiving in her verdicts. As a goddess of marriage, she deeply values fidelity. Associations are earth, air, gold, blue, green, wedding rings, thrones, diadems, the moon, peacocks, books, and scholarship.
Yes, and now that I've somewhat gotten over my biases that Rick Warden gave me, I actually I am able to actually he did
write certain gods in
really bad lighting.
Unflattering lighting.
Yes, like
Hera. But he had to make the story interesting.
He did, and he did a good job. Okay, I was hooked. But then I grew up going F Hera, and she really ain't that bad. Right, she was wronged so many times. Like, she deserved to be able to go off every once in a while. Okay,
that's right.
But I made my screensaver a peacock.
I love that. Mine is the moon.
I'm gonna sit down because this is
I'm gonna take my shoes off because I feel too tall. I'm short and I want to be short.
I just can't find a comfortable way to stand with this chair behind me.
Literally.
Wow, you really are short.
I'm only 5'4".
Okay.
It's not that short. 5'5" is average height. So I'm an inch under. I know what you're saying. An inch makes a difference. But an inch is just not that much, okay? I'm nearly 5'5" because I'm 5'4".
Have you ever seen somebody with a 5 head? It makes a difference. You know those TikToks of those women who
not
are
the size that matters, okay? It's the ocean of them.
Have you seen the TikToks of the chicks who are like, I don't know, they'll be like, your muscles aren't that big, and they'll measure, and then they'll bring it down here. And they're like, oh, it's not that big, huh?
I'm so dead. Let's see. My next one, I need to go.
I don't think you had anything on Mithras and Sibyl. Those were mentioned on the site that I found.
Do you remember anything about them?
They didn't mention anything about them. They just mentioned their names.
Lovely. There's the other one. Aurora. That's my cousin's name. Roro. I think she's the one who likes dirty jokes. Yeah. Or not dirty jokes, dirty poems. Not my cousin.
I love how you went right in. I was like, okay.
Not my cousin. My cousin does not. Well, she could. I don't know. I don't know her literature that she reads.
I don't know her life.
Yeah. I mean, I know her life, but not that well. Roman, like the Aurora Borealis that bears her name, Aurora is the goddess of extravagant light and the dawn. Yes, I had to do jazz hands. She opens the gates of heaven and offers renewal to the masses as spring marks the beginning of a new agricultural year. Aurora is the perfect goddess for anyone looking to start afresh or embark on a new path. The mother of the constellations and their light, the four winds, are also her children. Associations are chariots, saffron, poetry, especially erotic and love poems, cicadas, which excites me. Not excites me that way. I felt it. I felt it. Okay.
It was the
sixth sense.
Yeah. You said that excites me.
Cicadas, air, water, stars, and constellations, all colors and rainbows.
I wonder if you could add Isis.
I was like, for some reason it didn't click. I wasn't thinking Egyptian goddess. I was like, terrorist group?
I don't, fuck them for taking that from her.
For real.
For the atrocious war crimes they've committed.
That too. But I don't know why. But rather than automatically going, the Egyptian goddess, knowing that we're talking about gods, I was like, how would we?
Because we live in America. We live in America where they beat it into us that ISIS sucks. Okay.
Fucking capitalism. Because we've gotten really bad about saying this shit. We gotta calm down.
I'll cut it out. It's fine.
It's fine.
I don't want to be hunted down. Have my head chopped off.
God dang. What was the other one?
Pomona. which is basically Roman Demeter.
Yes. It says, is one of the many agricultural goddesses in the Roman pantheon. She offers fertility to orchards, and nut and fruit trees. Apples are particularly sacred to her, the ideal goddess for the springtime gardener. She teaches proper care and communication with fruiting and blossoming plants. Pomona is also considered a wood nymph rather than a goddess and is associated with Demeter in the Greek pantheon. Associations are pruning knife, cornucopia, fruits, fruit platters, blossoms, groves, and orchards. I cannot do it with that word today. Nuts, green, orange, red, moss agate, fairy stone, and malachite.
I want a fairy stone now. I don't even know what it looks like, but I want one.
Bro, I want a hagstone.
I have found one. I gave it to my son. My son?
My son.
I gave it to my nephew.
Might as well be your son.
I said I gave it to my son. I said it with such confidence too.
Full chest.
That's my son. Moving on.
Next.
That was it on Roman. Next we have Egyptian. We have Bast and Osiris.
Okay. Next is so before she was symbolized by the domestic cat, Bast was a lioness who ruled the fertile power of the sun's rays. Okay, look, if I say it in a funny voice, I can usually say it right. And I was struggling with that word, so I had to pull up the funny voice. Okay? Fuck. Okay.
Something's gonna be fertile. You're welcome.
I can't stand you. And this time we're actually standing.
But it's
a real knee slapper.
Okay.
Continuing. I'm just gonna skip. Power of the sun's rays on the land. Protector of children and women, Bast grew from a ferocious warrior of anointing into a goddess who also embodied sensuality and love. As a guardian of the home, she is the perfect companion for a deep spring cleaning, both physical and etheric, and will encourage tidiness throughout the season. Honor her with the perfumes from flowers, gold, singing, sex, and feasting. Associations: red, green, gold, silver, perfumes, incense, domestic cats. I have domestic cats. Drum and music. Weapons, gear, carnelian, lapis lazuli, the sun, and the moon. Not me, just in the middle of all of it. I have domestic cats.
We know.
I can't remember much on Osiris.
I'm pretty sure he is the god of life and death. He kind of controls like what you need in order to get into the afterlife, like whether you have to pay or if it's just.
Was he the one that like does the scale?
No, that
does the
is
scale?
Anubis, I believe.
Is that Anubis?
I think so. He is more like, so what he's, I think that if he says like, if you're a good person, then you get into the afterlife.
If your heart is lighter than a feather.
Yeah. No, but yes. Like he sets that terms for that god to carry out judgment. Kind of stuff. That was a really bad explanation, and I'm so sorry. We're going to move on, though.
So sorry.
We have one from Chinese, which is
Yaoji. For the outdoorsy and green thumb pagans, Yaoji offers lessons in herb lore, magical brews, and navigating the wilderness of the mountains. If you're hoping to spend more time this spring in wildlife reserves and parklands, Yaoji can help you learn to identify herbs, fungi, stones, and other natural artifacts on your hiking trails. Her specialty is the love potion. Associations are wild herbs, mountains, waterfalls, mist, fog, cauldrons, axes, dusk, dreamwork, visions, red, green, fade, quartz, and rain. And if you were listening to the list, it threw me for a loop because I was like, wow, that's a 360. Oh, I hit the mic. So sorry.
What is a 360?
Well, a 360 is, or no, 180.
But I mean... You know what I mean.
We both said 360, but I meant a 180. Completely turned her around. Wild herbs, mountains, waterfalls, mist, fog, and then you go to cauldrons, axes, dusk. Okay, we're getting back into it. Dreamwork, visions. Okay, not out of the ordinary for a mountain man, but cauldrons and axes. God,
you're killing me.
Okay, I'm so sorry. I can't help it. I cannot speak, so it just hit me for a 180. I don't know.
Okay. There was one for Hindu, which we didn't get information on because it was on my list.
Definitely didn't.
The site, so you can definitely look into this, but I did want to mention it because it was there. It is Saraswati.
I'm not sure.
This doesn't work. They have big ass eggs. And then there's one for Welsh, which is Branwen.
Our eggs are too big.
Because they're not real.
Yeah, that's how it usually is. Yeah.
So the Welsh one was Bronwyn.
Bronwyn. One of the many Celtic goddesses of sovereignty, Bronwyn is a daughter of the sea and spring. Married to an abusive husband, she ultimately died of a broken heart when her loved ones perished in their attempts to rescue her. She is thus associated with freedom and new beginnings, especially for people seeking to break free of cruel relationships or failed marriages, and can offer a spiritual home for those feeling trapped. Birds represent her, especially starlings. Her name may, in fact, translate to white raven. Associations are cups, cauldrons, starlings, birds, aquamarine, rose quartz, ending stones, blossoms, and the color white.
And then that completes our list for like gods and goddesses. The next is just kind of our associations that we have with Ostara, and these kind of are accumulated from all of the pantheons. So just different things that are associated with different gods. So we have chariots, saffron, poetry, erotic and love poetry specifically, cicadas, rabbits, eggs, flowers, cornucopias, the color orange, fairies, butterflies, really any spring colors.
She was a fairy.
So those like traditional spring colors that we see all the time, those are really vital here. The sun and the moon, greenery, and seeds. Now, you may be wondering, because we mentioned at the beginning of this that Ostara is basically Christian Easter. So how did that come about? Because Ostara is pagan and Easter is Christian. So I'm going to tell you. Yostra is the etymological origin for Easter. It is predominantly believed that as Christianity spread through Northern Europe, people attempted to maintain their older traditions. This caused the church to start to encompass the pagan traditions and festivals into the Christian calendar. The church adopted Easter under the guise that this was the date in which Jesus was resurrected. But we have no definitive proof that this is when Jesus was resurrected.
Bro, they float.
Just push it down. We are able to discern from the Roman census that Jesus was born in June, but the crucifixion is harder to nail down. We don't really have a day. Well, something had to be hard to nail down. Shit. Okay, I'm gonna read.
Something had to be hard. Something's rising in an age.
Shit, it's the Romans. Actually, it's the Jewish rabbis, but I digress on that one. Anyways, so while the Roman census can clearly place that Jesus was born in June, it's harder to discern when the crucifixion happened. They are not able to clearly identify a day or even a year when this would have happened. But whatever the timeline of Jesus' life, as a divinity linked to the sun, he is related to his predecessor pagan sun gods like Mithras, who also died and were born again, and have been connected to the spring equinox as a result. This is one belief for how Easter came about. The other belief is that Ostara was absorbed into the church as Easter in a
attempt to get more pagans to cross over to Christianity.
Well, it was an attempt for the church to eradicate paganism and its beliefs.
Also, St. Patrick didn't get rid of snakes. He got rid of witches.
Yes. But yeah, and some rituals and traditions that, we've already kind of done one. That is a more modern kind of tradition. So some traditional Germanic cultures, it was common to bring fresh flowers into the home, to use flower petals to mark a sacred circle, and to fill a vessel with spring water. There would be images of hares, which are rabbits, male rabbits,
bunny,
and painted eggs displayed to honor the goddess of fertility.
Yeah, painted eggs.
Modern witches and pagans
I don't
celebrate.
think it's colored. I don't think it's turning.
Just hold it in there. Just keep holding it in there. It does take a minute. Where was I? Modern witches and pagans celebrate Ostara through rituals and spells that focus on balance and fertility. So in modern times, there really is no one way to celebrate Ostara. You can dye eggs,
which is what I'm currently attempting to do.
We now have the kits that you can go and buy and do this fairly easily. This isn't going well because we bought fake eggs.
I want to get my chair.
Well, we're about to be done. But traditionally, this could be done through natural dyes like beetroot, turmeric, cayenne, like
red cabbage leaves,
spinach, the natural things that you can find around you. Some of them are very good to use as natural dyes. But in modern times, it's often quicker and cheaper to just get the dyes that you can get at the store.
Specifically, it's $3 if you go to the store we went to.
Yeah. But you can clean, spring cleaning, it's a thing. You can set your intentions for the year, like a New Year's resolution, because technically in the witch's calendar, this is when the new year starts, is when spring is giving rebirth to the world.
I don't think this is working.
Okay, well, we might have to scrap this one.
Well, we can still paint them.
We can. We also, I think I kept one of the dye kits.
We can mix it in with this, maybe.
Yeah, we might. I think I kept the instructions, so we can see how it works. But we did attempt to dye some eggs for you guys today. It's not going very well at this time.
It's semi-green.
Yeah, it's like a pastel green.
Yeah.
Just like a spring color.
Yeah.
But yes, and the information that we brought for you today, some of it came from liminal11.com and some others, which I don't think I got actual information from this site today, but I did find it and it looked like it had some good information on it. And it was the Not So Innocent Abroad.com. It looks very cool. It's got a lot of good artwork.
So yeah, thank you for joining us. And as always, our brains are yours to pick.